So you finally got your first nurse manager job. Congratulations, but now what? Your first month can be very overwhelming. You have a lot to learn and you probably feel some pressure to prove yourself. Now, you're probably not going to impress anybody in your first 30 days, but you can make some mistakes that will hurt you in the long run. My name is Jared. I've spent half my nursing career in leadership roles, and today I'm going to unpack the 3 mistakes that you need to avoid in your first 30 days. The first one shows up right away. And that is letting administrative distractions hang around. What am I talking about with this? Whenever you start a new job, there's a bunch of administrative things you need to get done. Things like getting your badge, going to mandatory trainings, getting access to different systems, and setting up your office if you have one. Now, all those things need to happen, but they don't need to linger around. And if they do, they end up being like mosquitoes that you can't seem to get rid of. What you need to do here is be proactive. Know what the list is and chase those items down. Try to get them all out of the way in your first 2 weeks if you can. Now, I understand some of these things will be out of your control in terms of the timing, but to the extent you can control it, get them out of the way as early as you can. Now, the next mistake is super simple, but is often overlooked. And that's not deliberately introducing yourself to your team. Understand that everybody knows there's a new boss, and that creates a lot of anxiety. This is a way to help alleviate that while also, doing something practical, which is starting to build relationships with the people that are going to be in your charge. You obviously will probably do this in a meeting, in a group setting at some point, but what I mean is actually finding the individuals and introducing yourself one-on-one. This is even if you already worked on this unit and were promoted. Like, don't assume that everybody knows you. They certainly don't know what you're going to be like as a boss. So making the point to introduce yourself to the individuals is important. And yes, I mean all the individuals, even the people on shifts, like the night shift when you might not be coming in normally. So that's going to take effort and maybe coming in on the night shift and actually talking to people. So what do you say though? You don't have to make this a big deal, and you certainly don't want to come across like you think you're pretty important. It's literally just an introduction. So keep it short, simple, and positive. A nice formula to think of is your name, your role, some background about you, short background, don't have to go into detail, and your goal. So what that might look like is, hey, I'm Jared. I spent the last 10 years in med surg working on this unit, or whatever your clinical background is. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you, or I'm looking forward to learning more about what we do here. That's all you got to do. Those two are really great kind of stand-ins for the goal. It's just like, I'm looking forward to getting to know you and working with you. That's all you have to say. Because again, the goal here is just make the connection, put the faces to the names, and really have that human connection. So it's simple, but not easy. And you're not going to finish it in your first 30 days, but get started right away. Don't wait to start introducing yourself to people. Now, the third mistake is, of course, the most critical. So let's dive into that next. And that is trying to fix things too soon. Now, you're going to see stuff that you think needs to change, workflows and ways that things are organized and how people do their work, who's in charge of certain things. Resist the urge to fix things unless it is an immediate patient safety or staff safety concern. You don't want to go trying to change things. And there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, you need to build the trust of your team first. It's really important to think of trust in leadership like currency. Okay, it's like your bank account. Right now, as a new leader, your bank account's at zero. You can't buy anything. Okay, so anything you want to change or ask people to do, you can't do it because you don't have any trust. Okay, so you got to build that up first. Secondly, you risk misdiagnosing the issue. This is a big risk because you're still new to your role. You're new to being a leader. You may be new to this unit. Even if you're not, you're new. You have a new perspective that you have to get used to. And if you jump to conclusions early and you haven't really understood the cause of why something's happening, you risk either making the problem worse or introducing new problems that now need solving. So just be careful about that. And the third thing is the chaos factor, okay? We already talked about how your first 30 days is just insane. You have so much to learn. Why would you introduce more stuff to manage? You're just asking for a disaster. So unless it's something that really is an urgent safety issue, You don't want to be managing change initiatives in this early stage because it just introduces more chaos. There's enough chaos in healthcare and you don't need more of it. So what do you do about this though? What do you do instead? Because you're still gonna see these things. Well, what you need to do is observe and record. That's it, okay? Mindset shift. You're gonna observe the things that you're like, I don't know about that, or I feel like that could be different, or we could do this better, or I don't know why we do it that way. Just observe and then record it. Get a notebook. These little things are great, okay? And just write what you see down, okay? You can revisit it later and we can then attack those problems intentionally and, prioritize them rather than just trying to fix everything as it shows up. Because no matter what, your first 30 days is gonna be a whirlwind. But if you can avoid these 3 mistakes, letting your administrative tasks hang around longer than they need to, not deliberately introducing yourself to your team, and trying to fix things too soon, you can at least keep the train on the rails while you're learning. Now, obviously, there are other things that you could be doing early on to set yourself up for success. And if you want to find out what those are, you can pick up my free survival guide for new nurse managers in the description.